Hey bros and breeze, drystreak here. I have a Modern Warfare 3 gameplay, P90 MOAB on Bakara, not sure. It's a sort of rushing gameplay, sort of like patrolling, so I mean it's not that fast because if you guys do not already know, I pretty much only play 6v6 domination, which I know people do it, but it's sort of harder to get like those super fast, like under 3 minute to under like 5 minute MOABs in 6v6 because you could have a team that's like completely camping, or like you just get really unlucky and the entire other team is on the other side of the map wherever you are. They're just sort of playing like a game of chicken with you without really knowing it. But yeah, so the MOAB's like I think around 6 minutes, so I mean it's not that fast, but it's not the slowest MOAB I've uploaded because of that Scar one, which really need to stop referencing. But yeah, so I'm just kind of gonna talk about like my tactics for using submachine guns and rushing / patrolling, which is pretty much that's like my playstyle. I mean, in some games you may see me like taking a breather in a corner or something, and really that's not because I'm camping, it's because I just go into the corner to get my bearings as to where everyone else is, like where the enemies are, where they're coming from, what they're doing. So yeah, my main tactic is I sort of stay towards the edges of the map, which I mean I know that's just kind of like an obvious thing to do. You don't really want to be running through the center of the map when trying to rush for that MOAB, but I mean some people do it and some people are successful with it. I'm just not one of those people. But yeah, and then another pretty good tip I would give you guys is always use silencer. Like I've gotten only one unsilenced MOAB, I think, unless you count like a G36C MOAB I have, which I'll probably be uploading sometime next week. Except I think I used the MP9 silenced way more than the G36 in that MOAB. So I wouldn't really count that. So I only have one unsilenced MOAB, and for some reason it's my fastest, which is weird because I feel really uncomfortable not using a silencer. But I mean really guys, it's only use what makes like what you're comfortable using, what you do good with. So that's generally why I use like sort of overpowered guns. I mean I know the P90 isn't really overpowered compared to like the PP90 M1 or the MP7, which I mean I use both of those guns. Those are phenomenal guns. Or like I use the ACR. I mean I don't really think you can hate on me using those guns because I never said I was going to be using like obscure guns for MOABs and stuff. Really the description of like what I upload to this channel is like good Modern Warfare 3 gameplays. Like that's what I like to upload and that's what I do upload, and I can't really get those without like the using good guns that I can win a gunfight with, because I can't win a gunfight with the PM9 with frickin' rapid fire, because that gun's horrible unless you like drop shot people with steady aim and spray from like 3 feet away. But enough with me rambling. Another really good tip you would definitely want to use for rushing is to use the specialist bonus. I know it's good for getting MOABs unless you're going for like those high scoring like 100+ games, which I have yet to get. My highest is like a 70 something, maybe 80, I can't really remember. I have yet to get 100+ because every lobby I get in, because again I play 6v6, so people are like a lot more strategic, that's the word, with like what they do. So a lot of people will have a launcher on their back, so if I get my Pavlo or something, like 3 people on the other team will already have launchers out and shooting it down. So it's kind of hard for me to get into a lobby where people are not shooting stuff down, or just get into a lobby that's lucky enough to not have people using blind eye. And there, I should have died because of that sniper. I really should have. Like that was probably the luckiest break I've gotten in a while playing Call of Duty. But yeah, sorry. Another thing is keep moving. Like it's always better to keep moving than to stay in one spot. That's why campers, like they're infamous for camping, because it's like they sit somewhere, kill literally like 7 people in a row without moving a single bit. So they never get those high kill streaks unless they're playing against absolute garbage players, have equipment set up all around them, or are extremely good campers, which are rare to come by. But yeah, so you always really want to keep moving. And back to the thing I said about like sort of sitting in the corner taking a breather. It's not like you're sitting in the corner waiting for people to come around. I mean, like, that may happen, but it's more like you're just there to get your bearings as to what's happening, maybe reload both your guns. Like, I know when I take a breather in the corner, I'm usually watching the UAV, checking where people are, and then I reload my main weapon, and then usually, because I have Sleight of Hand Pro on, I'll switch to my secondary and reload those two just in case. Because I've had loads of times where I've been on a streak, I've sprayed a guy, had horrible accuracy, missed a lot with my primary, pulled out my secondary, and it's had literally 3 bullets left, and then I die. And that's really not a good time, guys. But yeah, so I know this isn't really an exemplary like use of my rushing like tactics that I'm sort of telling you guys about. These are more like patrolling tactics I'm telling you. One day I'll get like a longer gameplay that is more rushing and like less not gun killing time, because if you guys noticed earlier, I had to speed up a part because it was like a good 2-minute span maybe where I couldn't find anyone. So I'm really sorry about that, but the gameplay is almost over. I really hope you enjoyed this one, guys. I tried to cut it down to just the MOAB streak, as one of my subscribers kindly told me to do, which, I mean, I understand that, and nobody likes watching like a 12-minute gameplay. But yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment, like, subscribe, and